here today to talk to you a little bit about delayed echolalia in scripting. As you know, many children on the spectrum have the ability of learning sentences as a whole and will repeat them exactly how we taught them, but don't necessarily know what each individual word in the sentence means and how to use them independently from each other. Other times, children have the ability of learning parts of movies and will be able to repeat word per word and sometimes even using the intonations of the movie exactly how it played out in the movie. And sometimes they can also do that with books. They have a favorite nighttime book and they will be able to repeat it to you word per word exactly how you read it to them night per night. Those are what we call delayed echolalia in scripting. The first thing we need to know is that it's actually not a bad thing. Your child has some verbal behavior, and so we're going to try and teach them functional communication. We're going to try and teach them how to use all these words they already know so they can protest, they can communicate, they can engage in conversations with us. We want them to be able to use their words for everyday functions, functional communication. So the first thing we're going to do, right, is play detective. I need to find out when my child is engaging with it in order to find out why he's engaging in those behaviors. And once I know why, I'll be able to know how to help my child develop that language I so desperately want him or she to learn, right? So the first thing is when, right? So typically there are 3 conditions why your child will engage in scripting or delayed echolalia. The first being stimming. Stimming means your child will be engaging in this behavior whether he or she is alone or with other people. He will be engaging in those behaviors because 1, he may not know what to do, and 2, he finds it fun. He's having fun by himself. So what we're going to want to do is in those moments is try and engage with our child. We're going to try and gain their attention and bring them back in the moment with us by doing favorite games they might enjoy like peekaboo or tickles. Sometimes your child will engage in scripting because he or she does not want to do something he's being asked to do. So for example, you're asking your child to wash their hands and all of a sudden they're scripting Beauty and the Beast. This might be indicative that they just didn't want to wash their hands, and so you can gently guide them, if they allow you of course, or you may need to bring in a washcloth and try to shape that behavior of washing hands and following instructions so they don't get to avoid the behavior when they engage in scripting. Often when children engage in scripting, people tend to take a step back, which then increases the probability that they're going to script because they know that when they do that, people will leave them alone. So it's going to be important to try and figure out why. Other times your child might engage in scripting or delayed echolalia because he or she is trying to communicate. Now they might use a sentence from a favorite movie, or they might use a sentence from a book to try and communicate their intentions. So example, they want a cup of water, so they might use a favorite sentence from their movie. And if you know what they're trying to say, then I encourage you to model. The key word is going to be model, 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 so that there's more repetition and your child gets more opportunities to learn the language we want him or she to learn. Now, if this is your child, I encourage you, and you currently have a service provider, you can work with them on gaining more strategies on how to address scripting and echolalia. But you got to remember that these are not bad behaviors. Your child has some verbal behavior, and we just need to work on teaching them how to use it in everyday life. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.